there, very good morning. You're joining Breakfast Primetime News on MTV Sports. Let's start with your headlines first. It's yet another week of dengue prevention to commence today, and also 24 dead in a blast in Pakistan. We'll move on to those stories in detail. The National Mosquito Eradication Week starts today. The Minister of Health stated that the National Mosquito Eradication Week will be held until the 7th of July. This is the second Mosquito Eradication Week declared during this year. The Minister of Health stated that special programs to eradicate mosquitoes have been undertaken by 5 ministries together. Thereby, the 5 ministries will conduct mosquito eradication activities in their relevant offices around the island. The Minister of Health also noted that the Ministry of Education has reserved a class period in schools every Friday for mosquito eradication, and schools will engage in cleaning up grounds conducive for the breeding of mosquitoes within 200 meters of their school's premises. The assistance of the Environmental Police Unit, Grama Niladhari and Samurdhi officers are obtained for this purpose. Also, inspection has confirmed that 60% of grounds conducive for the breeding of dengue mosquitoes are created from the waste dumped from houses and buildings. Well, leader of the Democratic Party, Sarath Fonseca, says that the country is experiencing an ethical deterioration. Sarath Fonseca expressed these views while attending a meeting in Panduwasnuvara yesterday.
අද රටේ ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන්ම ගත්තොත් මේ රටේ සදාචාරය නැති වෙනවා. පහුගිය දවස්වල අපි දැක්කා නියෝජ්‍ය පොලිස්පති කෙනෙක්.
Ethics in this country are greatly deteriorating. Recently we saw the conduct of a DIG who takes ransom and carries out murders. These are the things that happen in our country. The very people who are there to protect the law destroy it. We saw the manner in which a teacher was treated. In our times, if a teacher takes an action to mend the length of a girl's uniform, parents would go and thank the teacher for disciplining the child. But now the teacher receives death threats. We say that this trend needs to change. We need to change this culture.
ඔල්ල වටේට කරකවලා තර්ජනය කරලා යන ගුරුවරියට උඹ මරනවා කියලා. අපි කියන්නේ මේ தත්ත්වය වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕනේ. මේ සංස්කෘතිය වෙනස් කරන්න ඕනේ.
Well, the Department of Meteorology says that the public is to take adequate precaution to minimize the damages caused by lightning activities, as thunder showers may occur in the eastern and Uva provinces.
And thunder showers will develop at several places in the eastern and Uva provinces during the afternoon or evening. There may be temporary localized fairly strong winds during the showers or thunder showers. So general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize the damages caused by lightning activities. Showery weather will continue off the southern coast. So there will be showers at times in the sea areas off the coast extending from Potlam to Potawel via Hambantota. Winds will be southwesterly direction and speed will be 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. The speed may increase up to 50 to 60 kilometers per hour at times in the sea areas off the coast extending from Matara to Potawel via Hambantota, as well as the sea areas off the coast extending from Potlam to Trincomalee via Jaffna.
Well, it has been reported that the student who was assaulted by the principal of a school in Horana has been imposed with further threats. Speaking on News First, the student's mother said that the threats were imposed on her son by a person who visited him while he was admitted in hospital. According to her, he was discharged from hospital owing to these threats. At around 9 a.m. yesterday, a person in a military uniform visited my son in hospital and threatened him to clear up this mess without taking it further. Due to this, my son was frightened, so we discharged him from hospital at around 4 last evening and brought him home.
The Horana police said that the parents of the student have made a complaint regarding the threats imposed on their son. The student who was assaulted was in grade 11 of a school in Horana.
Well, the Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission has decided to call for a report from the relevant officials with regard to the accidents that takes place at unguarded level crossings. Its Commissioner Dr. Pratibha Mahanamaheva says that it called for this report due to the increase in the number of accidents at unguarded level crossings.
Recently, we have seen in Sri Lanka there were certain accidents and certain human rights violations because of these unprotected rail gates. Now, Sri Lanka government in 2012, they have sent ₹1,150 to give these safeguard gates with regard to this unprotected rail gates. Now, Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission has immediately called a report from Ministry of Transportation and Railway Department what you have done from 2012 up to now to reduce these type of accidents.
Pratibha Mahanama have added that once they receive the report, they will forward their recommendations on how to minimize such accidents to relevant authorities.
After receiving the report, we are going to call all the relevant parties to Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission, and thereafter we intend to issue a recommendation to protect these areas and also give a safely right to movement for the citizens of this country in these areas of unprotected rail gates.
Meanwhile, Operations Superintendent of the Department of Railways, L.R. Ratnayaka, said that they are carrying out a program to minimize accidents at unguarded level crossings. The department is working on providing security to 45 unguarded level crossings within this year. We are taking measures to call tenders to install permanent gates to 200 level crossings where there are temporary gates. Well, up next is today's foreign exchange currency rates. Well, in sports, we start with cricket. West Indies edged over the number 1 ranked ODI team, reigning world champions India, to victory in Game 2 of the Tri-Nation Series in a low-scoring thriller at Kingston, Jamaica. Invited to bat first, India posted 229 runs in their allotted 50 overs. Rohit Sharma top scored for the visitors with 60 runs, while Suresh Raina contributed 44 runs. Kima Roach, Tino Best and Darren Sammy bagged 2 wickets each for the Windies.
The release, get out of jail shot. Predetermined. Pulled away and pulled away firm enough to get 4. Good shot. Great wrists. It's time to make a move. India showing great intent. Brilliantly played. Use the pace.
While chasing 230, the home team got off to a poor start, losing big hitter Chris Gale, Devon Smith and Marlon Samuels under 26 runs. However, resilient 97 from Johnson Charles and a solid half-century from Darren Bravo kept the game on the balance. A sudden collapse in the middle order then left the West Indies needing 10 runs with 1 wicket in hand with more than 6 overs to go. The last pair, Kima Roach and Tino Best, held their nerve to see the Windies home with 14 balls to spare. The Windies have now won the first 2 matches of the Triangular Series, beating the world champions India and World Cup runners-up Sri Lanka previously, on their way to the top of the points table.
जी हाँ, ये बड़ा विकेट है. ये बढ़िया शॉट है. बहुत ही बढ़िया शॉट सुनील नारायण का.
Well, meanwhile, Jan Beklands of Belgium held off the chasing pack to win an eventful second stage of the 100th edition of the Tour de France and take the race leader's yellow jersey. Following Jan Beklands, Peter Sagan came in second and Mikhail Kwiatkowski came third in the 156-kilometer stage. Britain's David Miller moved to second overall, while first-day leader Marcel Kittel of Germany dropped back. Pre-race favourites Chris Froome came home in the Pelton after riding clear of the bunch on the final climb of the day, 12 kilometres from the finish in Ajaccio. The British team Skyrider followed teammate Richie Porter up the first 700 metres or so of the 1 kilometre climb before leaving his rivals with a sharp burst of speed as he chased down Cyril Gauchier, who had gone clear on the ascent. Jan Becklands proved resilient as he held off the chasing pack to win an eventful second stage.
Heureux donc conquérant aujourd'hui et puis le
Well, with that we conclude our breakfast primetime news for this morning. I'm Aaron Rajaratnam for News First. Have a great week ahead.